Good evening, everyone. Great to be here. Thank you for putting this forum together. And I'm Cook County Commissioner Donna Miller. I have been on the Cook County Board for the last 8 years, and I come from a long line of public servants, which I'm very proud of, who've given back to not only Chicago, but the south suburbs as well for over 120 years. My father and grandfather served in the military, and my mother, great-grandmother, sister, grandmother, all were CPS teachers, and my great-grandmother lived on a farm not too far from here. She drove a horse and buggy every day to the University of Illinois, and then she pledged Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority in 1915. So I'm super proud of that. And over my career, I've worked on every aspect of healthcare, from government, corporate, and nonprofit world. I know how they're intertwined and what needs to be done to make sure we get things accomplished and improve the best outcomes for constituents. On the county board, my concentration has been on healthcare, economic development, and veterans issues, which are all under attack every single day by this current administration. The Republicans aren't talking about what they're doing, but they are dismantling all the programs that are related to these issues under the guise of fraud, waste, and abuse. That's not true. We can't allow the president's policies to erase our gains. It's important for us to know where we come from so we can know where we're going. And when I go to Congress, I will continue to work on healthcare, bringing jobs to the 2nd Congressional District, as well as making sure our veterans are not forgotten after they serve our country. I'm Donna Miller, and I ask for your support.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you all so much for hosting this event, giving us the opportunity to all share our various perspectives. I am Commissioner Yumeka Brown. I'm with the Metropolitan Water Reclamation District of Greater Chicago, representing the entire county of 5 million people. And our job there is to oversee stormwater and wastewater so that we can have clean drinking water throughout Cook County. The environment is very important to me, and is actually what propelled me to run for Congress in the first place. My son contracted an environmental illness that nearly took his life. So I became a mother on a mission because I wanted to make sure that what happened to my son did not happen to anyone else. So I ran to become commissioner on MWRD's board to represent the communities that are often forgotten. I was born and raised on the south side of Chicago in the Roseland community, so I know what it feels like to be forgotten, unseen, and unheard. So for me, this is about service. Whenever you step into a political role, is serving the people. So imagine going into a restaurant, the chef goes into the kitchen and he says, I've prepared this for you. He didn't ask you what you want to eat. He said, this is for you, and eat it. So I believe that we need to change and go back to service, and I need to become the waiter to the people in the community, where I take your order and say, what would you like for me to do? What orders do you want me to take to Washington, D.C. to represent you in your communities? So I want you to order affordable housing. I want you to order equitable communities. I want you to order health care for all. And so if you elect me to Congress, I want to take your orders, and I want you to tell me, take these orders and don't come back until you get it done. That's the type of fresh, bold, new leadership that we need in Washington, where we have independent voices that can truly fight for the people. So I'm Yumeka Brown, and I look forward to this conversation this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening. As you just heard, I am Eric France, candidate for Congress in the 2nd Congressional District. I am not a career politician. I am not a part of the problem. I'm a part of the solution. We've suffered for over 30 plus years in this district of disinvestment in our housing, our schools, our educational systems. Everything across the board has declined. We are in a position now in the 2nd Congressional District where we are over-indexing on every category the state of Mississippi. A lot of us left Mississippi to come up here for a better life, and it seems like we've moved in the wrong direction. We've not held people accountable for years, and now that time has to stop. We need to rebuild these cities. This is a crazy big district. It has a lot of diversity, but the one thing that we all have in common is economic development has declined. Business districts have shut down, and people are out of work and out of luck. We need to restart this district and get things moving in the right direction. And it's going to take a professional like me. I come out of the public sector as a management consultant and a land developer. These are not things I talk about. These are things that I do every day. We need that level of expertise to turn things around at this point. I am surrounded by some very fine legislators, but this is not what they do. This is what I do on a daily basis. I've built more than 2,000 units of housing, affordable housing, and other just in the state of Illinois alone. This is what it's going to take to make it happen. Someone who can get it done, who knows where the money is in Washington, and knows how to bring it back. I look forward to discussing more with you. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I am State Senator Willie Preston, and I don't go anywhere without starting by thanking two people, and I'm going to do that here. Thank God for giving me life and the opportunity to serve my people, and thank my wife, Brittany, who's somewhere in this audience, for always standing by my side. I am part of the solution, not the problem. I'm also the only legislator on this stage. There are 277 former state senators and former state representatives that are in Congress right now. There's a reason for that. Because this job is identical to what I'm already doing. I legislate and I appropriate. But the truth of the matter is, I was never supposed to be a politician. I started my career as a janitor. And I continued to work every job because my wife kept telling me every time I came home that she was pregnant. So I had to go find another job. And so I've been a worker my whole life. I was a janitor, I worked overnight at Home Depot, I've been a butcher, became a carpenter. I fought to work my way into office. When I first ran for state representative, I was opposed by the establishment, and they beat me really bad. Then a couple years later, I ran for state senate. Independently again, the establishment opposed me. They outspent me 30-1, but we won that election big. Before I ever became a lawmaker, though, I was making changes in our community. When Laquan McDonald was murdered, I was in the street. I didn't see any of these people. When I attended Chicago State, I fought a corrupt administration. They've been removed since that time. Now, the students today benefit from a daycare center that I fought and won for as a student activist. I am a fighter, not because I say it, but because my entire life proves it. And I think what I've heard throughout this entire district is that people don't want just another politician. They want a fighter to get things done. I hope to have that discussion tonight about the things that I've gotten done in a very short time as a state senator, the chairman of the Senate Black Caucus today, and the chairman of Consumer Protection in the state of Illinois. Thank you so much for having us.
Firstly, I want to thank the Alpha Brothers and the AKAs for hosting this event. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Adal Regis. And yes, I'm running for United States Congress, looking to replace my former boss, Congressman Robin Kelly, who, as you know, is now running for U.S. Senate. I want to build on something she's done, but also bring some fresh perspective in Congress. And here's why. When people ask me why am I running, I tell them I recognize that people are suffering. I would imagine right now some of us are concerned about some of the uncertainties of how the so-called big beautiful bill that Donald Duck has passed last year is putting your health care into question, or we're even concerned about how much federal dollars is going to be coming in our communities because he's beefing with the governor. And so when I worked for Congress, by the way, for 4 years, with 21 years of political experience, by the way, I know I look younger than I actually am. I find out that communities like Kankakee, or even the south suburbs, sometimes everybody's operating in silos, not talking to each other. And so you don't know when the money's coming in, the one that does apply for it, and instead of collaborating to making sure that you have the money to address an issue that's impacting everybody, everyone's moving in silos. We can afford to do that in this day and age, because this is becoming a dog-eat-dog situation, and they're betting on that to happen, and we get the short end of the stick. So, as hopefully your next congressman, if I can count on your vote, my goal is to incentivize collaboration between nonprofit organizations and businesses, so that when the federal dollars are coming in, instead of everybody moving in silos, we can do like they do in the west suburbs and incentivize collaboration to increase the chances of getting those dollars to invest and address the needs that are impacting each and every single one of us. Thank you for your time.